President Obama has vetoed the Keystone XL pipeline bill, which would have approved starting construction on that pipeline. Congress passed the bill earlier this month. President Obama, several times, as I told you, promised to veto the bill, and he did indeed do that yesterday afternoon, after which he notified the Senate. This was only the third veto of President Obama's presidency. There are more vetoes expected based on what we are anticipating that Republicans are going to put forward now that they control the House and Senate in the remaining couple years of President Obama's presidency. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said his chamber would consider overriding the veto no later than March 3rd. I don't think it's going to happen, Lewis. They would need a 2/3 majority in order to override the veto. I don't think they're going to get that.
I don't think so. This is great news. President Obama kept his word. I hope there isn't, I hope they can't use this as leverage against him for something else, but we will see.
House Speaker John Boehner called the veto a national embarrassment in a Tuesday press release, and he accused the president of, quote, being too close to environmental extremists to stand up for America's workers. Let's pick this statement apart because this is just so insane. First of all, the national embarrassment isn't that President Obama vetoed this polluting, risky, dangerous, and job negative proposal. It's that Republicans seem insistent on having this type of energy transportation method in spite of the negative effect it would have on jobs, in spite of the fact that it further ingrains not only fossil fuels as an energy source, but foreign corporations impacting and deciding on our fossil fuel transport methods. The embarrassment would be if we did this.
Yeah, it's a total abomination. I love using that word. But yes, the veto is the correct move, and I'm very happy he did it.
And the other thing is, President Obama is too close to environmental extremists. What does that even mean?
Boehner is too close to the corporations, of course, that want to implement this type of thing.
Of course. To give you a little context, John Boehner received $675,000 in funding from oil and gas. It was his fourth highest source of money. But the addition of extremist on the end of anything now is a way to make it an ad hominem attack. So you could say, these surgeon extremists who insist on performing surgery on people, you can throw extremist after anything. It doesn't make it a bad thing. And the environmental extremists who care about pollution, dependency on dirty forms of energy, this is just a really flaccid attempt, I would say, at trying to just attack those who care about the environment. And the last thing, which I don't think is being discussed very much, is that all the right-wingers who are all about our sovereignty and the freedom and liberty and sovereignty of the individual, they are interested in Keystone XL, which would allow a foreign corporation to seize land from private individuals via eminent domain for the private profits of this foreign corporation. I thought they were conservative, and they're not even talking about the eminent domain element that would be in play if Keystone XL were to go forward.
Yeah, what happened to personal freedom, right? I think it's pretty much thrown out the window here.
No question about it. This is doublespeak. This is reminiscent of George Orwell's 1984. Environmental extremists used to reference people who just care about the environment, and they recognize that this is just a really bad way to derive energy, and it is a cronyistic, corporatist abomination, as Lewis suggested here. And we are living in the doublespeak times of George Orwell. Everything means the opposite, as we've talked about time and time again.
I think, yeah, and I just want to touch on the Obama being too close to environmental extremists thing. We've talked about the TPP. I really don't think Obama is a guy you can point to and say that he is an environmental extremist or even remotely close with the environmental extremists.
Yeah, President Obama, who's looking to fast track the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would reduce and excuse many big multinational corporations from having to mitigate their impact on the environment. That's not exactly what someone who's close with environmental extremists would do.
No, not at all. So it just makes sense to veto this. But Obama is very much on the side of corporations a lot of the time.